Hi Reynas, it's me Vijayreyna back at it again with another video. If you're new to my channel, I am a new and upcoming pageant analyst who talks about pageantry and things related to pageantry. If you would like to join the Reyna family, then just go ahead and click the subscription button down below. My Instagram and my social media will be linked in the description box and also in a pinned comment in the comment section. You guys, there's a lot to talk about. Oh my god. I apologize if you guys hear the fan in the background. It is super hot in my home for some reason today. I'm a little bit under the weather, I think from overexhaustion from all this pageantry coverage and everything that's been going on. So I apologize if I sound a little bit nasally as well. Also, I want to make a quick apology for not replying to everyone's comments. Usually I'm really good about replying to my Reyna's comments, but Reyna's, I've been really tired with all of the events going on with Miss Universe and Miss Grand and trying to cover everything in a timely manner for you all. So please forgive me for not replying to all the comments. So you guys, there is a lot going on with last night. So first of all, congratulations to Miss Universe Denmark. She ended up winning the 2024 edition, or this year's edition of Miss Universe. So let's all give her a round of applause. Let's cheer her on. Remember, the girls do not decide the judging and the scoring. So let's not be mean to the girls or attack them. Let's just congratulate them. Plus, the competition is over. So really getting mad won't change the results. So let's just give a big round of applause to Miss Denmark. I don't think Denmark has ever won Miss Universe. From what I understand, it's their first ever Danish winner. So congratulations to her for setting the standard. And, you know, she only made top 20 at Miss Grand International, I think. So this is a really big comeback for her, similar to what we've seen with Katrina Gray at Miss World to Miss Universe and Andrea Meza from Miss World to Miss Universe. So it's really cool to see a Miss Grand Queen come back and win Miss Universe. So kudos to her. So let's move on from that. I'm going to give you guys a review of what I think about this year's edition and a recap of the edition for the most part. I have a full unedited live stream on my YouTube channel. I just kept it there. So if you guys want to see the entire reaction from front to back, go on my YouTube and go onto the live section and you will see it. It was under the Miss Universe watch party. I will go ahead and post separately my highlights of the different sections as well. So be on the lookout for that. I'll be posting that either today or tomorrow, depending on how much sleep I can get, because I need to catch up on some sleep. Okay, so first and foremost, let's just talk about the production. The production was honestly shoddy. The production was where I didn't think Reyna's. I didn't think that it could get worse than the prelims production. No, it could. It was the finale. The finale was not the best, to be honest. The production was a little bit lackluster. The stage, I think we all know the stage from the get-go was just not the best, and that proved to be correct during the evening gown section, but we'll get into that a little bit later. It was all around just not the best show. Honestly, this version of Miss Universe has made me... I woke up this morning a little bit sad because I got into pageantry a little bit later than most. I got into it in 2018. And so I've only had a few years of being able to really enjoy Miss Universe. And going from 2018, like starting off there at Katrina Gray's edition of Miss Universe, not Katrina Gray, but I mean, pretty much Katrina Gray's edition of Miss Universe in 2018. And from going from that level of production, that quality production, that audience energy level, and the really fair, robust judging. I mean, that year was just everything about it was correct. The production was correct in 2018. The judging was correct in 2018. The caliber of the contestants was correct in 2018. The caliber of the question and answers and the questions themselves, they were all correct. Everything about Miss Universe 2018 was correct. And then from there, it has just kind of gone down. I think last year was okay. I wasn't too upset with last year, in fairness to Kunan, but from 2019 onward, I mean, I was there live for 2022 in person in New Orleans. It really was not that great. It was okay. The production was okay. So yeah, it was just not great. First of all, the live stream. So Miss Universe said last minute that they're going to make it accessible to everybody, from what I understand, and then no one could find the stream. I had so many of my Reynas who joined my Instagram or my YouTube live stream, and thank you so much for those of you guys who joined my live stream. If you did, go ahead and put it in the comments below so I can, thank you guys personally. But a lot of them could not find it. Tons of people could not find it. And from what I understand, that was a really common problem for a lot of people. They just could not locate the live stream. I paid for the preliminaries and for the finales because obviously as a pageant analyst, I was just going to do that. But a lot of people could not find it, and that is super disappointing. I think Miss Universe is a renowned pageant, or at least it is for now. Let's see after this year how renowned it is. And so to make it so difficult to find is a problem. It needs to be easy for the audience members to find the live stream. Even myself, when I went onto YouTube and typed in Miss Universe, I couldn't even find the Miss Universe YouTube page. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if that's a YouTube issue or a Miss Universe issue, but I had to go on Google and type in Miss Universe YouTube in order to be directed to the YouTube page to broadcast the finale. So that was disappointing. There was random weird odd points of silence. They would show the contestants at a upward, like from a bird's eye angle, right? And it was just muted though. There were several times that Zuri Hall and Catriona, their mics were muted. We couldn't hear what they were saying. They were talking and we couldn't hear it, which is also disappointing because I love to hear Catriona and Zuri's commentary. It's really honestly fun to hear. So that was disappointing to not be able to sometimes hear what they were saying. And they have such great chemistry. So kudos to Zuri Hall and Catriona Gray. Their chemistry together is incredible. And I think that they have a true pageant lover's heart. And it was great. It's always a pleasure to see Catriona and Zuri on my screen, especially Catriona, my favorite ever Miss Universe. So I love seeing her on my screen. She looked phenomenal. The hosts themselves, Mario Lopez and Olivia Culpo, they almost look like siblings, didn't they? It was kind of like, anyways, I think it was like anyways, they looked great. Olivia Culpo looked beautiful. Mario Lopez looked good. The hosting was okay. I'm not gonna say I was like, oh my god, ecstatic, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. Olivia Culpo has came miles from when she hosted in 2020. Yeah. When she hosted in 2020, I was like, girl, give me nothing. But now I think she's definitely progressed and she definitely took notes and is putting in a lot of effort to be a better host. And we have to appreciate that and give her credit for that. So, kudos to the hosts, I guess. It weren't my favorite, but wasn't not the worst. Yeah, so let's get into it. Let's just get straight into the point. Let's get to the top 30. Sorry. There were just so many contestants that I was like, okay. So I only got 16 out of 30. Yeah, you guys, I only got 16 out of 30 correct. That was it. I'm not a Miss Universe genie. I'm not a fortune teller. So I'm not trying to say that like, oh my God, like I only got 16 out of 30. Like, of course, it's a cooking show. It's rigged. I'm not saying that. What I think happened is that closed door interviews had to be way more than 60% of the scoring. It had to be like at least like 80% at least, because the amount of people who made it on to the top 30 that were not the strongest at the preliminary was quite a few. So let's go to the top 30. So France was on the top 30 as the first announcement. I did not have her on my top 30, but she's a beautiful girl. So I was like, okay, cool, France. I'm not upset. I thought it was her interview, and it was the first contestant announced. I didn't think anything was kind of like what at that point. There's going to be surprises. That's inevitable. Secondly was India. So thank God for myself and other Indians that we did not have to sit through the anxiety of waiting for India. Third was Serbia. I didn't have Serbia on my list as well, but when I looked back at her preliminary performance, I was like, okay, not the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not the worst contestant. After that, it was Vietnam. So Vietnam made it. I thought she would make it either by fan vote or otherwise. So, okay, that's fine, I guess. Then we had Puerto Rico, of course. Nigeria, I saw that happening for her. I had her on my list as well. Canada. I did not have Canada on my list. I knew that Canada was a strong speaker, so I guess I'm not completely shocked. But I definitely did not have Canada on my list. I chalked it up to her interview because she was a really strong speaker, and I had a strong speaking score for her when I was reviewing all the contestants. Next was China. Sorry, it was Cuba. Cuba I was not surprised about. I had her on my list. She looked phenomenal. Then was China. China looked great. I was a little bit surprised. I didn't have her on my list, but I wasn't upset to see her there. She's on my dark horses list. Then we had Japan. I didn't have Japan. Japan was gorgeous. She's half Indian. So, of course, for us Indians, I was like, yes, like, of course, bring her in. But I'm going to guess that it was the interview. But congratulations to Japan because they placed again. And they placed in 2022. And now they placed again this edition. So, congratulations to Japan. She looks gorgeous. Then, and I guess I don't know if I'm saying this in order. I think I skipped someone at some point, so just it doesn't whatever. Then we had Egypt. I didn't have her in my top 30 as well, but she looked beautiful. Mexico. I knew Mexico was gonna make it. I had no doubt. I wasn't surprised to see her in the top 30. She was at the very edge for me, and if they weren't in Mexico, I don't know if I would have honestly had her in my top 30. But of course, I knew they were gonna put Mexico in. There was no way they were not going to. There was no way they were not going to put Mexico in. No way. Okay, so Argentina. Yeah, she was on my. I think she was on my list. If I'm not correct, incorrect. No, she was not on my top 30. So she was not on my top 30, but I did have her as on the edge, like one of my reserve contestants. Thailand, I had her in my top 30, made sense. Peru had her in my top 30, made sense. Macau. And that's when I was thinking. When I saw France, Serbia, Canada, China, Japan, Egypt, and Macau in the top 30, I knew at this point interviews were a lot more important than we thought they were. No offense to any of those contestants. Not that they were horrible at the preliminaries by any means, but they definitely, I don't think, in my opinion, they were not the standouts of the preliminary competition during the swimsuit round. So for that reason, I was like, I think interview had a lot stronger of a role than we were led to believe. Then was Philippines, of course, Ecuador, yup, Malaysia, yup, Bolivia. I didn't have her, but looking at her performance, I was like, okay, I can see that. Russia, I don't know where Russia came from, but work. Aruba. Okay, I didn't have Aruba in my I didn't have Aruba in my top 30, but she's a beautiful girl, so okay. Finland, okay. Dominican Republic, of course. Cambodia, yep, she's one of my strongest from Asia, so of course. Nicaragua. I don't know if I had Nicaragua. I did have Nicaragua. Okay, so okay. Denmark, of course. Venezuela, of course. Zimbabwe, of course. Chile, of course. So that was the top 30. My surprises again were France, Serbia, Vietnam a little bit. Honestly, was a surprise. I won't lie. Canada was a surprise for me. China was a surprise. Japan, Egypt, a little bit of Mexico. Even though I mean, she wasn't a surprise. Let's be honest. I knew she was gonna place. Macau was a surprise to me. Who else? Russia, Aruba. And yeah, so those were the surprises for me in the competition. I did not see those ladies necessarily making it to the top 30, but they did. So congratulations to all the top 30. I was just elated that Philippines made it, that India made it. And so those are my two Senti favorites. So of course I was like, cool, like our girls made it. We're good. I was nervous, but I had confidence. I was like, it's top 30. 30 is a lot. But then when I started seeing the list of contestants that were making the top 30 and I didn't hear Philippines yet, I was a little nervous. I was like, they're picking a lot of girls who I did not necessarily have picked out at all. So from there, they move on to the swimsuit competition. And so the swimsuit competition was okay. The production was all right. It was a little bit lackluster. Like preliminaries, a lot of girls still were not giving it all. I felt like it wasn't the best edition of swimsuit competition, I'll say that much. However, there were a lot of girls who picked it up during this time. So I said in my top 30 predictions list, my leaderboard, my final leaderboard, that India, Philippines, Peru, amongst a few others, like Mexico, a few of them, I said that they need to pick up their energy. They need to pick up their energy. And for me, India and Philippines did exactly that. Especially Philippines. Philippines, Chelsea, she picked up her energy. She looked great. She corrected every single thing that she needed to from the preliminaries to the finales. And for me, I put a star by Philippines. I thought for sure she's top 12 because top 12 is still a good amount of girls, to be honest. Like to have 12 girls at the competition is still a good number of competitors that can make it. So I didn't see why she would not make it, but we'll get into that later. India, I felt the same as well. But yeah, so after the swimsuit, the girls that I starred I had for the top 12 were Nigeria, Cuba, who I thought looked stunning during the swimsuit round. Oh my God, Nigeria looked amazing. Cuba looked phenomenal. She was one of my top 3, to be honest, in the swimsuit. She just did so well to me. Philippines, again, one of my top 5 performances of the night for a swimsuit. Philippines, Chelsea Manalo looked gorgeous, you guys. And the hair was great. I still would have liked it down, but I was not mad at it at all. She just looked phenomenal. Her energy was there, and her performance was technically very good. There was nothing technically incorrect about her performance. So, Peru, she looked really great. She picked up her energy during the finales, which I was really happy about because that's what she was lacking during the preliminaries, was a little bit of energy. So I had her on my list. Ecuador, she looked beautiful as well. Really solid performance from the preliminaries and the finales. Finland, I feel like Finland did what she was supposed to do. We were waiting for Finland in the preliminaries to kind of pick up her energy, and she came in the finales and she did just that. Dominican Republic, I like Dominican Republic's preliminary performance more. However, I felt like she was undeniably beautiful. I don't, but we'll get into that later. I thought she was really good. Venezuela, probably the best swimsuit walker of the night. She was impeccable in the swimsuit competition. She looked divine. She looked divine. Chile did really, really good as well. High energy. Yeah, good, solid performance. Puerto Rico, I had Puerto Rico in there as well. I was a little bit disappointed with Puerto Rico. I didn't think that she's going to go. I wasn't sure about top 5, but she kept that same level of energy for the top 12. Thailand, I predicted Thailand. Thailand also was one of the girls who, again, same note for a lot of the girls, was energy. At preliminaries, Thailand was lacking energy. She was giving a very Miss International type of swimsuit walk. And at the finales, she showed up as Miss Universe Thailand, which I was really happy to see. She had a very good walk. She picked up the energy. She looked phenomenal. And then I had India. India did really good as well. I thought she had a solid performance. She picked it up from the preliminaries. She looked beautiful. I was definitely elated and happy to see India do what she did. And I thought she could make the top 12. If not India, I was thinking Bolivia, because Bolivia also looked amazing as well. So that was kind of who I had. Or even Nicaragua. Nicaragua did good too. But I thought India deserved it. If not India, I was like Bolivia. So the actual results, and I'll go through them one by one and give you my thoughts as I announce them. So they had Bolivia, which, like I said previously or just now, I could see Bolivia being top 12, so I was okay with that. Mexico, okay. This is where I was kind of like, huh? Let's go back to the judging panel. But I'll talk about the judging panel at the end of this video. So don't worry, I didn't forget about the judges. We'll talk about it, but at the end. Venezuela, of course. Argentina. Okay, I didn't have Argentina on my list 'cause I thought that her energy and her walk was baseline, meaning that there was nothing necessarily wrong about it, but there was nothing really stand out about it either. I didn't look at Argentina during her swimsuit performance and think, oh my God, for sure, for sure, for sure. I thought, okay, it's technically good, but relative to the other contestants that I saw, it wasn't there for me. So I was a little bit surprised. Puerto Rico was probably, she was on my list as well, but she was definitely the most shakiest of my list. I was not confident in her placement, but being in Mexico, being with a heavily Latino-based judging panel, I thought she may make it, and she did. Nigeria, I was so happy to see her there. I was really worried they were going to just cut her off, so I was really happy to see her there. She looked phenomenal as well. Russia, Chile, no. So with Russia, I don't know. I don't know. Chile, of course, it made sense. Thailand, yeah, made sense. Denmark made sense. Oh, did I not have Denmark in my top 12? No. Okay, I'll talk about it in a second. Canada, I didn't see it based on the swimsuit competition. I was kind of shocked. I literally put a cross through Canada's name on my top 30. I crossed out the girls who I thought for sure were not making it, and Canada was one of the girls who I was like, there's no way she's making top 12. So I liked Canada. I think that she is really great in terms of what she represents. However, if we're talking objectively about a pageant and we're talking about her technical skills, her energy level, it just was not there for me. And then Peru, which made sense to me. So Denmark, because she won, let's talk about why I did not have her in my personal top 12. For me, Denmark was doing too much during the swimsuit competition, and my roommate who was with me, he's Filipino, he also agreed. We both did not have Denmark moving forward into the top 12 because we felt like the walk itself was a little bit uncoordinated. It wasn't clean enough. I think she was overly excited because the crowd in Mexico really loved Denmark. I don't know. I mean, she's a beautiful girl, so I mean that's why. But they like really loved Denmark, like abnormally more than they loved the other Latino contestants. To be honest, they like were in love with Denmark. So I'm guessing maybe in person there's something about Denmark that is just outstanding. I will say she looks like a real life Barbie. She's gorgeous. Denmark is beautiful. I was not upset to see Denmark there. I was not like, oh my God. I was like, okay, I can kind of maybe see it. Maybe it's just like the overall look. I said this in my final leaderboard prediction, but I said, guys, remember that the judging panel is not full of experts. They're full of people who really don't know two things about beauty pageants. They're only going to be looking at beauty. Beauty is going to be a heavy factor in a contestant moving forward because they're not experts in beauty pageants. They don't really know what is and what is not technically good at a beauty pageant. So for me, I did not see Denmark moving forward personally, but I was not upset, and I think it was because she's probably her beauty was appealing to the Latinos. You know, the white skin, blue eyes, bleach blonde hair. It's a very, you know, a lot of Latinos love the Eurocentric features, and she's literally from Europe. So the ones who did not move on that I was shocked by. So the ones who did not move on from my top 12 were the Philippines, Ecuador, Finland, Dominican Republic, India. Yeah, and Cuba. I was shocked to not see Cuba. Again, she's one of my top walkers, so I was confused. Ecuador, I was like, okay, I'm a little bit shocked to see her there, especially when I see Canada in the mix and Mexico in the mix, and even Denmark, to be honest, in the mix, and Russia. I was like, how did those four get in there and not, you know, Peru or Cuba? And then Ecuador, Peru did get in, Ecuador. And then India, so India and the Philippines. Okay. I said that I could see India not moving forward in place of someone like Bolivia or Nicaragua, maybe. I did not see her not moving forward in place of someone like Russia, Canada, even Denmark, or Mexico. Same with the Philippines. Well, not the same with the Philippines. I saw the Philippines for sure moving forward. India, I was like, maybe if it's Nicaragua or Bolivia, I can see her not moving forward. Philippines? Wow. I don't know, you guys. And based off of that top 12, I didn't understand why India did not make it either. I don't know what happened. Chelsea Manalo to me, and Rhea Singha, but I'll talk about Rhea Singha in a second. Chelsea Manalo to me looked phenomenal. If you watch my live stream, and I'll post it on my YouTube either today or tomorrow, you will see me yelling, she's Bea Luigi Gomezing the competition. She's Bea Luigi Gomezing the competition. Like, I genuinely in my heart was like, Philippines is doing what Bea Luigi Gomez did. She's coming full throttle. She's about to sit here and slay these women. Like, this is the Chelsea Manalo that I know and I love. Like, thank you, Miss Universe Philippines, for not overtraining her. Like, she retained her spark. She looks beautiful. Hair was great. Face was great. Walk was great. Energy was great. Aura was great. I mean, sobrang ganda talaga, right? Like, she looked so beautiful. Ganda. Pero I don't know what happened. So to my Reynas, to my Filipino Reynas and my Reynas who were a fan of Chelsea Manalo internationally, like myself, who are wondering, why did Chelsea Manalo not make the top 12 cooking show? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to start doing that. But I don't know. Even if we're talking about, the judges are not experts, they're judging it based off of beauty, even then I would say, okay, and Chelsea Manalo was the most beautiful. Chelsea Manalo in Nigeria? Hello? Their faces were to die for. Nigeria and Chelsea Manalo were the faces of that top 30 period. So I don't know why they did not move Chelsea Manalo forward. First of all, 7 of them, we'll talk about that in a second. I don't know why they didn't move Chelsea Manalo forward. I wish I could give you guys a honest opinion of why Philippines did not move forward. Usually I'm very honest and blunt. I usually am respectful while I'm being honest, but I could tell you guys, she did not move on because of this reason. I have no idea. From my understanding, at the finale, the slate goes clean. So preliminaries, interviews, all that stuff. I don't think it carries over to the top 12. So I don't know what about, because if interviews carried over to the top 12, India should have definitely made the top 12, because I know for a fact India killed those interviews. There's no way she didn't. So I have no idea, no clue, no understanding to why Philippines did not make it. It will be the, I don't know, from Michelle D to this. Michelle D, I was like, okay, maybe it's the signature move. Maybe they didn't register for the judges. But Philippines, I don't know why Chelsea Manal didn't make it. So I would say send her to Miss World, or send her to Cosmo, send her to Supernational, send her. I don't think she's very grand coded, so I don't know about that, but definitely send her to another pageant, because I think she could do well at Miss World, to be honest. She's very Miss World like, so I could see Chelsea Manal at Miss World, but I was heartbroken for the Philippines. Again, my roommate is Filipino, born and raised there, and even, yeah, I felt so bad. India, Ria Singha, I don't know. Again, I said maybe Bolivia or Nicaragua could have taken India, but not Russia, not Canada, not Mexico, and not even Denmark. I felt like outperformed India. Well, anyways, so congratulations to the girls who made it. We don't need to bash them. Again, they are not the judges. So I still am happy for Russia, Canada, Mexico, and Denmark. It's not like I am upset about it. I'm not upset. There's no need to be upset, right? You can feel bad for Philippines. You can feel bad for India without attacking the other contestants who maybe we don't feel like we're at the same technical skill set and level as the Philippines and India. So there's are two different things. I can say I don't understand why those four ladies made it above India and Philippines, but I don't have to attack them while doing so. So I encourage you guys, Reynas, to not do the same. Don't attack those ladies. Okay, so let's move forward. So from there, a lot of people are upset too, because they say that 7 out of them, out of the top 12 were Latinas, I think, and 8 being from the Americas, if you include Canada, and then only 1 Asian, and then 2 Europeans, because Russia and Denmark, and then 1 African, which was Nigeria. So I mean, yeah, Zimbabwe was honestly. The other contestant from Africa who made it through, she did not give what she needed to give. I don't know what happened with Zimbabwe. It was such a missed opportunity, to be honest. It just was not her night, you guys. And I don't know if I think maybe we overlooked her training. She's so beautiful, to be honest. And at Super National, she really killed it. So I'm not sure what the difference was within a year. I almost felt like there was some regression in her skill set. So that was a little bit disappointing to see, because I had her. She's one of my sentimental favorites. So yeah, as far as Latinas taking over the top 12 and the judging panel being pretty Latino influence, and then being in Mexico, here's my thing. I don't care if Latinas were the entire top 12, if they deserve to be there, right? So I don't care. Like, I think Bolivia makes sense, Venezuela makes sense, Chile makes sense, Peru makes sense. Argentina, okay, I can see it. Puerto Rico, I can see it. Mexico. And I love Mexicanos. Okay, I have Mexicano cousins. Like, literally, I have like 8 half Mexicano cousins. I've been to Mexico. I love the cultura de Mexico. Me encanta Mexico mucho. Y tengo mucho amor por la país de México. Es un país que mucho con like una cultura hermosa y gente hermosa, y I just love it. Okay, I have a lot of love for Mexico. So it's nothing personal against Mexico. I'm just talking about the contestant. I don't know. Yeah. So anyways, moving forward, we had the evening on competition. Let's talk about the evening on competition, because wow, what a mess. First of all, the staging was horrible. Where is the runway? They had to do a snake-like S-shaped walk, and then they just walked off. And half of that was going down a set of stairs. So, of course, no one could really execute and exhibit their gown. These poor gown designers. I would not even sponsor a Miss Universe gown at this point. I would put all my gown designers, put all your attention into Miss Grand. Okay, Steven Barreto, your photos you took and all that energy, go give it also to Miss Grand Philippines, because that's where the future's headed. So yeah, I have no idea what that was about. The stage was not good. The pattern in which they had the contestants like walk, like the walkway, the runway choreography was lacking. I did not again like that the fact they had to go in a S snake like fashion down a set of stairs, and then we only really got 5 seconds of them walking actually on the platform itself, on a flat, level, grounded platform. I'm not upset if there's stairs, but make them at the beginning and then give a long runway. Whose idea was it to make an infinity runway to begin with? The stage was horrible. I don't even want to talk about it anymore because I will talk about it for 30 minutes. I might make a whole separate video about the production of not Mexico, Miss Universe. I might make a whole separate video about the production because I can talk about this for a long time, you guys. So moving forward. Yeah, the evening gowns themselves were not that incredible. I don't think there was a single gown. There would have been if Philippines made it because she had a beautiful mint green gown. Did you guys see Chelsea Manalo? Okay, this is not about her. I'll have a separate video about Chelsea Manalo and India later. India's gown was also gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful gown, Ria Singha. So sad we couldn't see it. The gowns that made it to the top 12 were just okay. The ladies looked beautiful. Nigeria, oh, she looked gorgeous, but the gown I think was a node maybe to, she had like the green, which is similar to the Nigerian flag, but it just, she's just so gorgeous. Nigeria is. If she would have had the proper gown, I don't even know what would have happened that night. My favorite gown of the ladies probably was Thailand, I guess. Thailand was the best gown. Venezuela's was really beautiful as well. I liked Venezuela's gown. Although I will say I liked her preliminary gown more. I don't know. I like the orange. A lot of people didn't like it. Orange is one of my favorite colors, so I loved it. But maybe Thailand was my favorite gown. To be honest, they were so whatever that I don't remember it. Denmark had a really pretty color, and then it made her stand out. But the gown itself was Denmark to me the entire night. I was like, yeah, I see exactly how she was a Miss Grand competitor. The entire night, it was very Miss Grand from Denmark. And you know, Koon Anna's really been trying to be Miss Grand International this year from her live streams with Osmel. So maybe she was trying to be Miss Grand again by picking. Just kidding. I don't really know what the heck. Anyway, so my top five based on the evening gown competition, I had my top five being Thailand, Denmark, Peru, Venezuela, and Chile. I didn't have Nigeria because the gown. She looked gorgeous, but the gown itself was not that pretty, and the walk. I mean, not that they could really walk that much to begin with, but the performance itself was okay. Really, what made that gown was Nigeria. Like Nigeria herself, she looked gorgeous. I mean, that face is to die for. And did you see when her? Okay, anyways, so the top five for me was Thailand, Denmark, Peru, Venezuela, and Chile. The top five actually ended up being Nigeria. So I wasn't upset about this. I was like, okay, I'm happy with Nigeria being there. She looked beautiful. She had an aura. She had a presence. Mexico. Um, so, um, so it's, okay. How do I word this properly, Vijay? So Mexico during the evening gown competition had a beautiful aura. Her face, her smile, you could tell she was just enjoying herself. So if I had to guess why the judges moved her forward to the top five, other than the fact that a lot of them were Latino and they were in Mexico, which is really what I think with the. Anyways, I would have to say maybe it was just because she was really truly relaxed during evening gown and she was not by any means nervous or shaky or scared. Like she was just very much in her element. I don't know. I think I'm grabbing at tree branches when I say that. So I'm just trying to find a justification, you guys. That's it. Anyways, I don't know why the Philippines was not in the top. Anyways, so third was Denmark. Okay, I agree with that. Thailand for four. I agree with that. Venezuela. I agree with that. So everyone but Mexico made sense to me. I didn't know why either Peru or Chile was not there. I was okay with Nigeria being there in place of either Peru or Chile. If I had to pick between Peru and Chile, I think it was Peru's night. I think I would have picked Peru over Chile. So I don't know why Mexico made it over Peru. I'm not sure. Chile to me was just not where I wanted her to be. So I wasn't upset with her not making it, but only in Nigeria making it. I was more so confused. I mean, I wasn't upset with anybody, but I was more so confused. Why did Mexico make it over either Chile or Peru? Mostly Peru, but even Chile. I didn't understand that. For sure, I was like Russia for sure, no. Canada for sure, no. I was like Argentina, no. She looked gorgeous, but no, the performance was not there. Bolivia, I could also maybe see Bolivia in my top five, but at the end of the day, she was not above Chile or Peru. Yeah. So that was the top five. Then came the first and second round of Q&A. Let me just say something about the Q&A. Overall, the questions sucked. What kind of elementary school level questions are we asking these women? Are they not supposed to be the next Mixed Universe? They're going to have speaking engagements for the next year. They're supposed to empower people across the globe for the next year. They're going to have to give like talking engagements, speaking engagements, public engagements, and affairs for the next year. And you are going to give them questions that my 19-year-old sister, no offense, Rhea Singa, because I know you're 19, but my 19-year-old sister could kill and smash. I mean, my 13-year-old cousin could have probably answered those questions. And honestly, better than all the queens. The queens themselves, the answers were just disappointing. None of them gave a smashing answer. The only one who gave good answers... Okay, let me just... one step at a time. So, round one question. They all got separate questions. I'm not going to go through the question. But basically, Nigeria went up first. I thought she did okay. I thought if I had to rank it out of five being phenomenal, one being girl, go back to school. That's mean. I'm not going to say it like that. But 5 out of 5, I'll give Nigeria 3. Then I don't know who we had next that went. But Mexico, I gave like a 1.5. Venezuela, I gave like a 2. Denmark, I gave a 2. Thailand, I gave a 5. Thailand for round 1 was like a phenomenal speaker. She did really, really good. Phenomenal's exaggerating it. She was a good speaker. None of them were phenomenal, to be honest. I mean, they're phenomenal women, but none of them were phenomenal speakers that night. I'm not saying overall, right? But again, in the guise of like under pressure on a stage, none of them were phenomenal. But Thailand was good. So I was like, okay, Thailand so far. Thailand is the winner so far. I had Thailand, then Nigeria, then Denmark, then Mexico. I had Nigeria, I had Thailand, then Venezuela, Mexico, and Denmark. I had Denmark being one of the worst answers. So, yeah. Then on the second round. They all have the same questions with microphones or headphones, whatever. So the question was like something about what would you say to women who are watching you right now, as if you were the Mixed Universe? Like, what message would you send out to the women of the world? And Nigeria's answer was okay. Again, another like 2.5, 3 out of 5 star answer. Denmark was okay, maybe like 3 out of 5. I thought Denmark did better than Nigeria at that point, but I thought that her and Nigeria were neck and neck, Denmark and Nigeria, because Nigeria did better than Denmark in the first set of questions, and Denmark did better than Nigeria in the second set. It's like, okay, maybe they're even at this point. Then Mexico, I don't know what she was talking about, to be honest. I have no idea what she was talking about. Like, I absolutely have no clue what she was talking about in the answer. Like, I don't know if she heard a different question or we needed to bring up a translator or what was going on. I think we needed a translator because there's no way that she heard the question correctly or understood it and had that answer. I don't know what she was talking about. We should have had Philippines or India. And then Venezuela, she was making... yeah, it wasn't giving. I was so disappointed because I had Venezuela as my winner. And I wouldn't have minded her winning, but it just was not. And then we had Thailand. Thank God Thailand was in that stage. Thank God. I mean, the only Asian, right, who made the top 12 and then on to top 5 was the only one who made sense. Like, I don't know. I've been seeing so many videos of people talking down on Asian queens, but let's just be frank and serious. The Asian queen of this year was the only one who made any sense, Thailand. So, yeah, we definitely have nothing to say about anyone who's saying something about Asia should really just shh, because she was the only one who made any freaking sense on that freaking Q&A panel. It was honestly just horrible to watch. I was like, where's 2018? Even 2019's Q&A was better than this. I mean, it was just not good. So the way that I ranked it after all that was I had my fourth runner-up being Venezuela, third runner-up being Mexico, second runner-up being Nigeria, first runner-up being Denmark, and then the winner being Thailand, with Nigeria and Denmark being interchangeable. So I wasn't really sure. I was like, maybe Nigeria could be first runner-up, Denmark second. But either way, the only thing I knew for sure, was Thailand's the winner. I mean, from the swimsuit performance, she was one of the top out of those 5 as well. Evening gown was solid for Thailand. Q&A was she was miles, you guys, ahead of every other one of those girls. No offense, at least that night. And So, anyways, the results ended up being fourth runner-up Venezuela, which is what I had. So I was like, okay, that makes sense. Third runner-up Thailand. Kun An, if there was ever a year you wanted to crown Thailand and not let everyone feel like you had a cooking show going on, if there was ever a year you wanted Thailand to win and everyone be okay with it for the most part and agree upon it, it was this year. The 1 year you could have gave Thailand their crown and no one would have probably questioned it unless they're a sore loser, would have been this year. Opal Suchata would have been, in my opinion, such a clear winner. You know what? Maybe if they would have gave like first runner up to her and like winner Nigeria or something, I'd have been like, okay, but third runner up? I mean, congratulations, Thailand, for making it to the top 5. I'm just perplexed. So second runner up ended up being Mexico. I want to know what was in the cups. I want to know what those judges were drinking because I would love to have some. So then the top 2 ended up being Nigeria and Denmark. I wasn't upset with Nigeria and Denmark being the top 2. I mean, again, what is the point of being upset? It's a pageant. It comes, it goes, and then, next year we get a new one. So there's no need to be upset. But I wasn't upset at Nigeria and Denmark being top 2. I was upset at Thailand not being on top 2. So it wasn't like I felt like Nigeria and Denmark were inherently bad. I just didn't understand why Thailand wasn't there. And whether Denmark and Nigeria was up there with Thailand, like, I don't really see a difference. I would have been okay with either Denmark or Nigeria being in the top 2 with Thailand because I think that they were pretty. Again, Nigeria took round 1 and Denmark took round 2, but Thailand took round 1 and round 2, and she had the best evening gown amongst those 3, amongst the top 5, followed by Venezuela, but she bombed the Q&A, so it didn't matter. I mean, there was no world in which I understood why Thailand was third runner-up. I'm not gonna lie. I have no clue. I have no clue. So, anyways, the top 2 ended up being Nigeria and Denmark. Congratulations to the top 2. Obviously, we are happy for them. I know I don't sound happy, but genuinely, I'm so happy for them. We don't petition. Overall, it was a mess. But the judging. So yeah, the judges were, first of all, too many. There was too many judges. Secondly, there was too many judges who didn't know anything about pageantry. I mean, it's really cool to see Lele Pons, but why? What? So yeah, the judging was really questionable. I would have rather had like Luis Portales as a judge than any of those people. You know what I'm saying? Or, Danny Walker, or, I mean, be extra with Dell, but there's gonna be some real brutal cuts if we have them on the judging panel, or myself. Shoot, dang, put the pageant analyst on the judging table. At least we are analysts. This is what we do. We analyze these things. At the end of the day, you guys, when it comes to judging, it's never going to be objective. There's no such thing as an objective judge. Everything, pageantry or anything in life, is objective, right? There's no way to judge things objectively. Everything is subjective, but this subjectiveness was real subjective, okay? Nothing about that judging felt objective. I don't know. From the top 30 to the top 12 to the top, less than the top 5, but still with Mexico, it was just, I was all over the place. My predictions were wrong. This edition of Miss Universe really honestly broke my heart, from the production to the judging to, yeah. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm not coming back next year to watch it, but because I am, but I understand why a lot of people would be upset. Then the Continental Queens, let's talk about it really, really quickly because the video is already getting long. The Continental Queens ended up being Africa and Oceania, which I don't know why they ended up pairing Africa and Oceania together. It's so odd. That ended up being Miss Universe Nigeria, which made sense because she placed first runner up, so duh. And then Miss Europe ended up being Finland, made sense. She had the highest placement from, well, Russia did, but anyways, I don't even know. She shouldn't have made the top 12. So Finland made sense to me. She did phenomenal. She should have been in the top 12. So it made sense. And Denmark won. So it would have made sense to make her Europe. For the Americas, who was it? It was Peru. Okay. I was a little confused why they did not pick at least Mexico or Venezuela, especially Venezuela, because of the fact that they placed the highest in the Americas. So I didn't understand. And then Miss Universe Asia was the Philippines. Congratulations for being the first ever Miss Universe Asia, Chelsea Manalo. It's a phenomenal feature. I still was a little bit confused why they didn't give it to Thailand, simply because Thailand was literally in the top 5. But I know why. One, I'm not saying Chelsea didn't deserve it. She deserved top 12. And then to, see from there to make it to the top 5. So I'm not upset about it. I'm very happy for Chelsea Manalo. But I think if I had to think why Kun An appointed Miss Universe Asia as Chelsea Manalo, a big part of it has to be because they know they messed up. They know that Chelsea Manalo, and they know the Filipinos know this too, should have placed in the top 12 at least. At least. And her evening gown was, whoo, it was stunning, you guys. She looked phenomenal. Way better from the preliminaries. And I think to make up for it, she was like, let's give Philippines the Miss Universe Asia title. And especially because she is Thai, so not giving it to Miss Thailand, I mean, whatever, But anyways, so congratulations to this continental winners. I don't know what that means for them. I don't know what they get for it, or if they get anything, or if it's just a sash and then go back home. Yeah, let's encourage Chelsea Manalo to go to... Oh, yeah, so surprises who did not make it. I was really shocked that New Zealand did not make it. Victoria Velasquez, Vincent, especially because I was thinking that a lot of this has to be based on closed-door interviews, and we know that Victoria, VVV, can speak, so I was shocked. Christina de la Cruz Chalk, Mrs. Universe Great Britain, did not make it as well. I was very, very shocked about that also. I did not understand how she could not have killed her interviews because she's a really phenomenal speaker. Albania did not make it, and I thought she's also a good speaker as well as a good performer. Bahamas didn't make it. Curaçao did not make it, although she's not a strong speaker, so I was like, okay, maybe that's why. USA didn't make it. I don't know. That girl's a Stanford student, and she also is a veteran, and she also speaks really well. So I don't know. Spain didn't make it. That kind of surprised me. Samoa didn't make it. That was a letdown as well for me. She's a beautiful speaker as well, so I don't know what happened. Namibia didn't make it. She was one of my dark horses. I thought she'd make it. Kenya didn't make it. She's a dark horse. Laos didn't make it. Yeah, I think New Zealand, Samoa, Great Britain, USA probably was the biggest shock. Colombia, I didn't see her making it. Brazil was a shock too, but Colombia, I was like, I didn't see her making it. So, all right, you guys, that's the end of my video. If you guys like my video and you guys want to join the Reyna family, go ahead and make sure you guys hit the subscription button down below. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and message me there. It will be linked down in the description box. Just the same as my YouTube channel name is vijayreyna, and I usually do reply to most DMs. I may take a little bit of a breather and a vacay for the next day or two, but I will get back to you guys, I promise. Also, it'll be in my comment section down below. Guys, go ahead and give me your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Please make sure you guys keep it positive and kind. Let's not be mean. Let's not attack the ladies for their placement. Okay, I understand that you guys may not agree with their placement, but understand that it's not their fault. They don't judge. So let's not attack the actual contestants, but you guys can say whether you disagree with someone making it, but be kind about it. Don't be like, they sucked. Just say, I didn't really see this for them, but okay, congratulations anyways. Tell me who your guys' predicted top was. Like, as you were watching, I'd love to hear who you guys had for your top 30, 12, and 5, and who you had as your predicted winner. And yeah, you guys, I'll make a separate video about, I'll put my highlights, my live reaction highlights in the future video. So be on the lookout for that in the next day or two. I'll do a separate video about my thoughts on Chelsea Manalo, on India's Ria Singha. And I can do it on other contestants as well if you guys want. Let me know whatever other videos you want, and I will do a video talking about who was the pageant of the year, and also a video on El Tucuyo as well, which was Miss Brazil according to the El Tucuyo Instagram page. So congratulations to Miss Brazil. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Maraming salamat po. Shesheni. Arigato gozaimasu. Shukran. Shukriya. Tanvad. Dhanyavad. And terima kasih and bye.